Okay, so here we are on factsarefacts.com, life in the 1500s. The next time you're washing your hands and complain because the water temperature isn't just how you like it, think about how things used to be. Here are some facts about the 1500s. Most people got married in June because they took their yearly bath in May and still smelled pretty good by June. However, they were starting to smell, so brides carried a bouquet of flowers to hide the body odor. Hence the custom today of carrying a bouquet when you get married. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to believe that one. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Baths consisted of a big tub filled with hot water. The man of the house had the privilege of the nice, clean, fresh water, then all the other sons and men, then the women, finally the children, and last of all the babies. By then the water was so dirty you could actually lose someone in it. Hence the saying, don't throw the baby out with the bath water. Okay. Houses had thatched roofs, thick straw piled high with no wood underneath. It was the only place for animals to get warm, so all the cats and other small animals lived in the roof. When it rained, it became slippery, and sometimes the animals would slip off the roof, hence the saying, it's raining cats and dogs. Again. Okay. There was nothing to stop things from falling into houses. They posed a real problem in the bedroom where bugs and other droppings could mess up your nice clean bed. Hence, a bed with big posts and a sheet hung over the top afforded some protection. That's how canopy beds came into existence. Who knows? All right, so basically, the floor was dirt. Only the wealthy had something other than dirt, hence the saying dirt poor. So all these things, everything about the 1500s so far, it's all about people being poor, right? They haven't got proper roofs. They can't have baths. They walk around stinking all the time. So this is a story of some just stupid people who didn't know what they were doing, right? So let's go back and have a look at some cities from the 1500s. And here we have Paris, Gay Paris, Paris. And again, what do we see down here but huge walls around the city, big turrets, gateways, always built on or near water. This one has some canals going through it now. And this city is Versailles. Up on the hill here, we can see a big wall, complete with turrets and towers. Down here, a huge building with a huge tower. And again, the whole city is walled and completely built out with brick and masonry buildings. It looks like they've got orchards and farmland here. They're growing crops. It's all set out nicely. And again, there are these people living in the mud that can't afford to have a bath more than once a year. So this is Rome in 1572. And look at these. Kind of look like observatories. Here's another one. Massive towers popping out everywhere. Columns. I mean, look at this place. This has the river going through it. A big waterway. Stone bridges. Completely walled again. With all our turrets and towers. Doorways. 1572. This is Venice. So as we know, flooded city, but completely walled. Look at all these are all walled, these little island bits. Built out, massive cathedrals, domes, arches, the whole thing. And yeah, just the same thing, right? Completely built out city, tall towers, 3, 4, 5-story houses. These built right on the canals. And no thatched roofs, right? No dirty people who can't afford a bath. It's just all silly, all this kind of stuff they try and feed us. And of course, it's also that we believe that we're the epitome, right, of mankind. We're the greatest civilization ever. But we can't reproduce any of this. Now, this is the city of Sedan with 2 castles and the cathedral church of Valeria. So again, look at this place. This is completely built out, walled again. You know, every city was walled, right, with these turrets. These, you know, and of course we got told that, you know, these were just castles, basically, which is the citadel, right? You can see the castle up here, walled off, but that's just a little tiny part of these walled star cities. Look at these just huge towers here. Like, imagine how tall they are, you know, because again, they told us there was no skyscrapers, right? But look at the size of these towers here. And of course, another castle. Well, this is the Cathedral of Valeria. Okay, now this one is the most ancient city of Vanioni. And just the same thing. Towers, castles, domes everywhere, walled city, arches. This is the most prosperous city of Heidelberg, Germany. And of course, another city that's walled, completely walled, with all these towers and turrets. Massive castle up the top here. You know, well, and as you can see, this is walled, so that's like the citadel. Down here, look at the size of this church. That's massive. Because look at the size of this gateway and these towers. Because you can see this is a large building here, probably 3 or 4 stories, 5 maybe into the roof. These are at least another third as tall, and they're really nothing compared to this thing in the background. And look at the tower on it. Look at this. You know, we could not replicate this city today. Yet, you know, we're told that in the 1500s they had nothing, but no, they built all this. Frankfurt, Germany. And look at the size of this tower. Look at that thing. This again, 1572. And that's one huge tower. I mean, you know, look at this tower here. You know, without the top on it, there's probably 4 or 5 stories. And it's just nothing compared to this. And the city's completely built out, completely walled, man-made canals. And it looks like they've got a lock here, maybe, to raise and lower the boats, because, yeah, it looks like this water level up here is higher than this. So, you know, they've got a lot of tech going on here. And this says 1548, even earlier, Vienna, Austria. And, you know, again, it's a different country now, but the same thing. Exactly the same. Big walled city on a river, towers everywhere, massive oversized cathedrals, right, and churches and whatever else they're called, basilicas, towers. Look at this bit of antiquitech popping out. And just, yeah, complete high-tech city that we could not replicate. But they tell us that in the 1500s, no, everyone was stupid. Didn't even know how to feed themselves properly. But they could build a city like this. And now this one it's the same date, 1572. I think it is from the same book now, but this is Peru. South America, guys, Peru, 1572. When they turned up, this is what they found. Again, big walled cities, right? Looks exactly the same. This one's, you know, set out in a square, not on the water, but as you can see, the river's up here and they've got canals running through the city. And up here, their big walled citadel. And, you know, 3, 4-story houses, brick, masonry, everywhere. And then out in the countryside, they've got a few more. So this is what was really going on in the 1500s. This is Peru, guys, South America. So as I said before, you know, the story they give us is that we were just all these hopeless peasants, couldn't look after ourselves. And so that builds their story of that now we're the best we've ever been, right? We're at the epitome of humanity and technology and all this other stuff. But as we see back in the day, things were much, much different than they tell us, much more advanced. There was definitely an advanced civilization that was wiped out by some kind of cataclysm. And then those who wished to rule us basically moved in and took over. And of course we have, you know, the disjunct, the orphans, the orphan trains. And here we end up in the middle of another reset. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. More proof that it's his story. It's not our story. It's made up. History is written by the winners. And it looks like we didn't win after the last cataclysm. So it's definitely time that we took that position back. So have a magnificent day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now. Don't want a complication.